we thought we'd give a bit of a breakdown of what we've spent in our first month travelling.
Yeah, so this has been full-time van life for the last 4 weeks in Europe. So yeah, so we'll give you a bit of a breakdown. So we have got a spreadsheet available on our website. If you wanted to download it, just pop along there, links in the description. You can have a look for yourself. But yeah, so this is our monthly outgoings. Obviously it'd be a bit different to most people. We have been moving quite fast, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been moving quite fast, and we are on a bit of a strict budget. So we've not been sort of spending loads of money on eating out and stuff like that. So obviously it'll be totally different for everyone, depending on what their budget is and things like that. So so yeah, this is just our month based on our budget and the things that we've done.
So we'll go straight in with the two big ones really. So one of the biggest ones is always going to be fuel. So we spent £635 on fuel, and that's with everything. So at the minute Russia are invading Ukraine, fuel prices have gone sky high, so we've just hit it really at a bad time.
And they were already obviously high following the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
The fuel prices were already increased, so yeah, we picked probably like the worst possible time to go travelling in a motorhome.
Yeah.
Taking into consideration the price of fuel, but it is what it is. So,
yeah. So
and that I think is about what we predicted we would spend for the month anyway, even before sort of everything happened.
Yeah. So we're not too far off what we had predicted. So we've predicted 500. So we're not too far off.
A bit over. But yeah, nothing too drastic. So
we are moving faster than what we thought.
We have been moving pretty fast. So yeah, that's covering the whole everything we did in France and a big chunk of Italy as well.
Yeah.
So we have travelled some miles. So that is almost 2,500 miles we've done in a month.
Yeah, and when we started, it was about €1.50 a litre. That did go up to €2.30. I think that's the highest we paid, €2.30. But then that's come back down the last couple of days to €1.70.
We did manage to find some cheaper fuel in Pompeii, but then we've travelled over to the east of Italy and like paid just over €2 again. So it really does vary like where you go as well. Yeah. So the next big spend for us is food. So this is not eating out, this is just food shopping that we've done.
Eating in the van.
In grocery stores, and that is £699.35. So like I say, we've hardly ate out, we've had a couple of meals out, that's all for the whole month.
Yeah.
So, and I do think food prices have gone up at the moment as well, definitely. I have noticed an increase in our food bill. From what it was like before COVID as well. So it just seems like the cost of food and fuel and living and stuff has gone up generally anyway. So yes, £699.35 for food.
So LPG, so we do have our heating, fridge, oven, stove, all on gas. And we haven't been on electric hookup that much, have we? We've tried to avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And gas has been really easy to get hold of. We've got refillable gas system. You can check out our van tour video where we talk a bit more about that. But yeah, so we've spent a whole whopping £21 on LPG for a month. Yeah,
the refillable gas system is definitely more cost effective than having to buy gas bottles and replace. It's a lot more cost effective. So yeah, that's only £21 for a whole month of gas.
That's all our heating, cooking.
Lucky.
Lottie's missing out.
So we did hear before we came to Italy that it's actually illegal to refill gas bottles with LPG, and we did try a big service station just off the motorway, and they refused to do it. And then we found a small backstreet service station, and they did do it. So But that was something we were really worried about, not being able to refill our gas when we came to Italy. But if you, we would suggest not obviously using the big motorway service stations, but trying to just find a backstreet one, and you'll probably be okay with getting it done.
Yeah, but we also spoke to a couple more motorhomes and Italian motorhomes as well. In one couple in, was it Nice or Pisa actually? Yeah, and they said they've filled up fine. So I think it's just, I think it's something everyone still does, even though you're not really meant to. So the next one is campsites. So we spent £290 on campsites, and that's gone up considerable amount since we've been in Italy, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's more than what we wanted to spend, definitely. But we have found that it's just been a struggle to find a nice, free place to park in Italy. Like, it was a lot easier in France.
Yeah, really easy. You felt really safe in France.
Yeah.
But Italy has just been a bit more scarce, and
and obviously
the reviews haven't been as good.
No, and there seems to be quite an increase in the crime rate in Italy compared to France as well. So we've felt like we've been wanting to pay for a campsite to stay in, just for the safety of it as well, more than anything else. Just, it's not worth the risk at the end of the day. Just because we've not been staying anywhere expensive. I think the most expensive place we've stayed has been €25 a night. Generally it's a lot cheaper than that anyway. So just for the security and peace of mind of staying somewhere a bit safer, like, we find we would rather just pay for somewhere to stay. What you sniffing?
So the next one is eating out. So we spent £93.45 on eating out, and I think that's maybe been once in France and maybe once in Italy.
Yeah, I think so. So that is quite a lot on eating out, considering it's only been a couple of times.
Yeah, and a couple of ice creams here and there.
I think both of the places that we've eaten out have been really in really touristy areas, quite expensive areas. So obviously, that's why it's been so expensive. So we've spent £10 on doing laundry at a supermarket in France. So they have self-serve laundry machines at the supermarkets, which is really good. So that was for washing and drying. And we have done laundry.
So we have spent more than that. We have washed more than once.
We have spent more than that, but it was included in the cost of our campsite. So we have done washing at a couple of the campsites that we've stayed at as well.
We have spent £28 on attractions.
So that was the cost of getting into Pompeii.
I think that's about the only place we've done, isn't it?
That we've paid for, that's the only attraction. So tolls, we have spent £90 on tolls.
And that's near enough all been in Italy.
That's all been Italy. We didn't want to spend that much on tolls. We spent, I don't think we went on one toll road in France, but that cost has all been Italy, because the roads are a lot worse in Italy than they are in France. They're a bit of a nightmare in a motorhome. They can be, the back roads. Loads of potholes and not very good
just
roads.
Not very nice. Through loads of small towns.
Not very nice to drive
Italian drivers just pull out everywhere, walk across the road.
Not very patient drivers. It can be really busy. So we have chosen to do more toll roads in Italy as well, which has obviously cost more, but it saves a lot of time as well. The difference between the back roads and the toll roads in Italy is quite huge. Hours difference. I know we're not in any rush, but when you're doing a lot of driving, it's just, it gets really tiring. So if you can save a couple of hours here and there, that's what we've been doing. So
so then the small little ones are parking. Spent £17 on parking, so that's just at a few random places, and miscellaneous is at 41. So that's just little bits we've brought here and there, maybe just a couple of bottles of water or something like that, isn't it?
Just random bits and bobs that we've spent that don't really fall into any of the other categories. And we did come with a bit of cash as well. Obviously that's quite difficult to say what and where we've spent that on, but that has roughly, we've spent about £150 in cash as well.
So that's probably more on the miscellaneous, but it's just little bits we've spent it on. So and then the other bits, So that's our change in expenses, which will change every month. And we've also got our monthly expenses. So these are set. So our phone bills are for £59 a month.
That's in total for both of our phone bills.
We've got our van Wi-Fi, which is £41 a month, which is with EE, and we will do a video about it soon because it's been brilliant, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's worked everywhere we've been to. France, Italy. We did nip into Spain for a couple of days. It worked fine there. Monaco.
Yeah.
It worked fine there. So yeah, it's been really, really good. So yeah, we'll do a separate video and tell more about the Wi-Fi that we have in the van.
And then we've got Lottie's insurance, which is £10. And then we've got Spotify, which is £9.99 a month.
And we listen to all our music on that when we're driving, and all our podcasts and things. So
and again, that streams through our Wi-Fi in the van, so we can use it all the time. The next biggest cost, our monthly cost, is our finance for the van. So we did pay a big chunk up front, and then we've got £368 a month, which we'd already set aside every month anyway, so we knew that was coming every month.
So yeah, they're just like the standard monthly expenses that we know are going to come out every month. That will always remain the same.
So that gives us a grand total of...
So we've spent £2,563.40 in our first month, which is pretty much spot on where we wanted to be.
Yeah. Especially being our first month, we probably knew it was going to be a little bit more than what we initially planned.
I don't think we've done too bad at all, considering that's our first month, and we didn't really we've not really been sort of too strict on ourselves and really watching what we're spending. So I think we've done really well, and obviously then that will change when we get to more expensive countries like Switzerland,
Norway
and Denmark and stuff. So we need to be a bit more aware of it when we go to those sorts of countries where things will just generally cost more anyway.
But yeah, and we'll learn more. We'll learn more about different places and where to spend our money and where not. But as a first month, to be bang on budget, I think it's good.
I think we've done good.
So yeah, so I hope that all helps anyone who wants to know how much it does cost to live full time in your van. And like I say, you can get this spreadsheet in the link below. Just need to pop in your email address and it'll get sent straight to you.
So we are going to do this as a monthly thing. So we'll keep updating this every month. We'll do another budget and let you all know what we've been spending. So you can just kind of get a rough idea of how much it costs to travel full time in a motorhome in Europe. Hope you've enjoyed the video and hope you find it helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
And yeah, and check out some of our other videos. Thank you.